I have been running my personal branding and sales agency just over 14 months now. I started in last July. So July 2023 is when I started. Since then, I was able to create a service from scratch, take that service, get the first few clients, lose it all, have all of the clients churned in last November, getting to almost zero in December. Then January, May, we started working again on the new outreach process. And by March and by April, we were doing upwards of $15,000 per month. During this time, I learned a lot of lessons. I learned a few lessons last weekend as well. That's how the journey is. It's not full of just wins. There are more losses than wins, you can say. And in this video, I want to talk about 11 very unheard of lessons. Maybe a few here and there that you would have heard, in some other places. But there are these lessons that I learned which other people usually do not talk about. And having generated well over 6 figures with my own agency, I say that I'm still not doing good enough. The only thing is that I have these lessons in front of me and they always help me to get on track whenever things are not going well. So first one is you find patterns within the team. Running an agency is difficult because you have a lot of team members. As of right now, I have upwards of 15 team members that work on everything related to the agency as well as my brand. So finding patterns is very important within the team. Patterns tell you a lot about humans and you can predict the actions that will happen. So let's say if I have a team member that is not frequently communicating with me, even if the issues are not that big enough, I know that that will happen once more. Usually if something weird happens once, then it could just be weird. It's just by that definition, वो weird ही है. But if something happens 2 or 3 times, then that's a pattern. And you can predict things that will happen inside your team. And from that, you can actually make better decisions. So अगर तुम्हें मालूम है कि एक team member के frequent issues हैं किसी चीज़ से related and there are things that that team member is doing wrong, you know कि उस चीज़ पे काम करना है and that's how you can actually move forward. Patterns तुम्हें work ethic के बारे में बताएंगे. They will tell you about communication. They will tell you about improving and everything. So when building a team, always look out for patterns and see how much you can predict. Because most of the game is unpredictable. You don't know कि कल क्या होगा. Okay? The fuck ups you tolerate become your standards. So if you have a bad team member and you let that team member stay for let's say 4 or 5 months, when because of that team member you lost clients, right? You had to pay the salary for that team member as well as you lost the client. So you had an exponential loss there with your time, with your effort. Now ये चीज़ होगी. You will have people जो तुम्हारी एजेंसी में आएंगे and they will leave, जो तुम्हारा एजेंसी में fit नहीं होंगे. One thing I can proudly say is rarely any team member leaves me because the way that I maintain communication and the way that I manage my team members would not like to work anywhere else. It's just that the company culture that I have built, of course I'm working towards it as of now, but overall जो process है, my team does not leave me. And in this time, especially in the last 6-7 months, that's when मेरी team 4-5 लोगों से 15-16 लोगों की हो गई थी, close to 20 at some points. I saw that the fuck ups that I was tolerating, let's say communication में frequent issues हैं, client को गलत चीज़ें भेजी जा रही हैं, client को गलत resources send किए जा रहे हैं, client से communicate properly नहीं हो रहा है, जो tasks easily solve हो सकते हैं उनके बारे में मेरे से बात नहीं हो रही है. And ये सब चीज़ें जितनी बार मैंने tolerate की हैं, that became my standard. And if I do not work on those standards at that point, इसका मतलब वो मेरा maximum level बन गया है वहाँ पे. Okay, so you have to constantly be on the lookout कि तुम्हारी एजेंसी में जो भी fuck ups हो रहे हैं and तुम्हारी एजेंसीज में जो भी downsides आ रही हैं चीज़ों की, if you let them happen, हो गई उसमें कोई दिक्कत नहीं. But if you let them happen and if it keeps happening, that will then become your standard and तुम अपना level नीचे मान लो as an agency owner. After that, your action step becomes कि हम अब इसको solve कैसे करें and how do we future proof this one issue. We were having quality assurance issues, so I hired another person जो manage करता है. I was having issues with operations. I straight away hired a good operations manager, right? I saw that मेरे team members quality research and output नहीं दे पा रहे. I trained them. I bought resources for them. I bought books for them, right? तो इस तरीके से you have to improve on your fuck ups. Third thing is you do not take anything for granted. इसका पूरा मतलब ये है that द क्लाइंट्स दैट यू हैव करंटली, द टीम दैट यू हैव, मे बी तुम्हारी एजेंसी का बहुत अच्छा फेस चल रहा है अभी, इस चीज़ को फॉर ग्रांटेड मत लो, बिकॉज इट ओनली टेक्स अ मोमेंट फॉर एवरीथिंग टू बी रूइंड. And I've faced this close to 3 times now. Last November, I lost all of my 3-4 high paying clients within a span of 3 weeks. December में हम लोग बिल्कुल ground zero पे चले गए. फिर in June and right now in August, we had more clients churn when we had some of the best months उसके अलावा. तो इसका पूरा मतलब ये है that there were times when I personally was taking my agency for granted. I was like, okay, काम बढ़िया चल रहा है, we have people doing decent work, client खुश है वगैरह, तो I do not need to push. I can just sit back and enjoy. But वो point नहीं था because I didn't have the agency developed to that point. तो तुम भी अगर अपनी किसी एक स्टेज में हो, if things are going well for you, do not be complacent. Do not take things for granted, क्योंकि चीज़ को चेंज होने में एक snap लगता है बस. Fourth thing is related to the above point that I mentioned is Murphy's law. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. तो तुम्हें मालूम होना चाहिए कि at any point in your agency and at any point in your business, what are the things that can go wrong? If, for example, for myself, it's like, okay, I might injure myself while doing jiu-jitsu. I might have a 6-7 month ka injury. That's always the worst fear I have, and that might make me lose out on future moments. उसके बाद में, if it's about personal branding, let's say I do something stupid and मेरा account shadow ban हो गया, और work on my content enough and मेरे account की reach रुक गई. You have to understand that in this entire online world, if you are not moving forward, you are dying. Okay, there is no such thing as maintenance. Maintenance is growing at a pace that you are falling. Okay, let's say if I don't grow, like if I am not growing any followers in my personal brand, it means कि 200 followers आए, 200 followers चले भी गए. Okay, that's maintenance. मतलब थोड़ी growth maintenance के लिए भी required होती है. And then if you want to grow further than that, तुम्हारा जो net loss है, तुम्हें उसको cover करके तुमको positive side में लेके आना पड़ेगा. Branding वाली चीज़ में वो हो गया. In terms of the agency, your most trusted team members will go away. People will steal your processes. Competitors will take away your entire offers. Competitors will offer your clients your service for cheaper. तुम्हारे सबसे trusted co-founder चला जाएगा, तुम्हारे trusted team members छोड़ के जाएंगे, clients जिन्होंने तुम्हें बड़े commitments दिए हैं वो छोड़ के चले जाएंगे, client prospect तुम्हें closing call पे हाँ कर देगा and payment नहीं मिलेगी. You might get paid but then client refund मांग लेगा. Everything that can go wrong will go wrong. One of the biggest personal fuck ups that happened is one of my clients asked for a $5,000 refund, and even though I was shocked, I was like, okay, I have to deal with this now, because मैंने कभी सोचा भी नहीं था. None of the clients I have had in my life ever asked me for a refund. That's how much I care when it comes to delivering a good service. So Murphy's law is very important. I would want you to think of the worst case that can happen and then be prepared for it a bit. क्योंकि actual जो worst cases है वो मैं अभी नहीं सोच सकता. Your agency is dying if you are not consistently getting discovery calls. So a personal quick story here is end of July until mid-August, I was working on Export Creator Blueprint. In that time, you can say mid-July until mid-August, bro, I was working on Export Creator Blueprint. And around this time, I stopped working on agency sales to a very big extent. I almost had no discovery calls because I was time blocking everything for Export Creator Blueprint and to get the content out. And उस वजह से now that a client or two have churned, now I have to get in the process again where I'll start getting discovery calls right now, and that's me like kind of future proofing myself after a month. तो अभी जो मैं discovery calls book करूँगा, they will give me the return a month from now. तो agency का game पूरा ये है. If you are not getting any discovery call, your agency is dying. Even if you have very good clients, तुम्हारी consistently अगर opportunities नहीं आ रही है, that's heading towards a net loss. क्योंकि service business में eventually pretty much any client can leave. If you match your churn rate with the amount of closing that you do each month, you have a agency that's stable. But अगर तुमको agency grow करनी है, it means कि तुम्हें तुम्हारे net zero वाली चीज़ से तुमको positive level पे अपनी call like अपने discovery call की booking rate को लाना पड़ेगा. Let's say if you are booking 10 discovery calls a month and उससे तुम 2 client close कर पाते हो, but you are also losing 2 clients each month due to LTV जो भी है, it means कि तुम्हारा agency stable है. It means that तुम्हारा 20% conversion rate पे you are getting 2 clients, तो 20% conversion rate पे 10 discovery calls is the minimum standard that you need to have with your agency. इसका मतलब आगे वाले step पे it will mean that you now have to book more than 10 discovery calls each month to have a net positive gain in your agency. Okay, so your main focus as an agency founder should always be on booking discovery calls every single day. अगर तुम्हारे पास में हैंडल करने का बैंडविड्थ नहीं है, put a wait list on, but never stop booking discovery calls. The next one is, it's related to the first 2 points in terms of team members, is that if you start caring too much about the team and दिख रहा है that the effort from the team is not there, you have to get rid of that person. What do I mean by this? Is if you have put trust in a team member and they are consistently not performing well, even if you are giving them all of the resources, you are giving them all of the opportunities, you are giving them everything that a fucking human would need to perform, and if performance is still not happening, you do not owe anything to that team member and you have to get rid of that team member. The online world is ruthless. You have to understand that as the employer, as the agency owner, you are facing a bigger loss as compared to that team member leaving, because bad experience will decrease the LTV that you have for your clients. They will decrease your team. तुम्हारा time फिर से बढ़ जाएगा in terms of hiring, and तुम्हारा training process वगैरह सब में time बढ़ जाएगा, and time is the only resource that we all lack. You have to always think about team like this. If it's taking too much effort and if it's too if the pattern is too much noticeable, अगर सब कुछ बहुत frequently हो रहा है, get rid of that team member. You be very ruthless as an agency owner. This is a personal issue that I've been facing recently. I am right now in a phase of working on the company culture more and kind of changing the entire direction when it comes to dealing with the company, right? And how do we think and how do we operate as a team? मैं उस चीज़ पे काम कर रहा हूँ, and in the next few weeks I know that there will be some departures and then there will be some new people coming in. Hiring is difficult in the beginning and it's even more difficult later. When you're starting your agency, you might be okay with a person जो सीख रहा है तुम्हारे साथ में, and then you start building something on your own. When you get to a decent point, let's say you're doing 3-4K a month, and तुम्हारे team members ऐसे हैं that people who are beginners, you are not getting you are not ruining your profit margins completely, and उस point पे you are hiring people and pool बड़ा है, because worst 80% people, that's like the general market. उसके बाद में around 10% people are the ones who are like just average and they can get the work done but they are not exceptional. Then there are the high performers. High performers की demand इतनी ज़्यादा होती है, and people at the top of any industry, even like my agency is not the best, right? I struggle to find some high performers because है ही नहीं. However many hiring forms I put out, however many portfolios I ask for, referrals वगैरह जितने भी आए, there's a 10% or less than 10% chance that I get a talk with an actual high performer. So as you move further down the line as an agency owner, hiring becomes even more difficult. That's why तुम्हारे पास में 2 ही केस है. Either you have that much cash flow कि तुम किसी भी जगह से सबसे high performer अपनी एजेंसी में लेके आ सकते हो because you just have the money, or you develop a company culture from the ground up so that तुम्हारे team members आगे जाके high performers बने. But you have to always remember people who are not doing good enough, you have to get rid of them. Number 8 is that distraction are more inviting the better you are doing, because it's easy to get complacent, and when you get complacent, the fall is even harder. Okay, so the first time you will get to you will make your first 1 lakh rupees profit, you will make your first 2-3 lakh rupees profit. उस time पे there will be a lot of distractions. Lifestyle inflation होगा, you will be tempted to take more days off, you will be tempted to take more time off than required. I do not advocate to not enjoy the life. तुम अगर पैसा कमा रहे हो, you are ultimately earning it for yourself and तुम्हारे जो family वगैरह है उनके लिए. तो the better you do, तुम्हारे पास में options बढ़ जाएंगे. With more options comes more distractions. तुम्हारा vision focused होना चाहिए. You need to always have a big picture in mind. अगर तुमको तुम्हारा एजेंसी 50K पर मंथ पे लेके जाना है, that's my personal goal right now. मेरे को अगर मेरी एजेंसी वहाँ लेके जानी है, so my entire thing is that I will not stop or I will not take a big break until that happens. Okay. उसके बाद में I have then earned let's say a 2 weeks का off या फिर 1 month का off. But before that I will not take any days off until there's an emergency. Okay. So you have to always be focused on your vision, but do not forget to enjoy. तुमको डिनर पे जाना है, तुम्हें फैमिली को कुछ गिफ्ट देना है, प्लीज डू इट. द ROI देयर इज इवन मोर. ओके, तुम अपनी फैमिली के लिए कुछ खरीदते हो विद द मनी दैट यू अर्न, द हैप्पीनेस दैट यू गेट एंड द ड्राइव एंड द कॉन्फिडेंस दैट यू गेट आफ्टर दैट, उसका ROI बहुत ज़्यादा है. Number 9 is you have to understand as the service provider, you are helping your clients. Maybe you're saving them too. अगर तुम्हारे clients इतने high level नहीं है and they are kind of relying on you as the savior for their business, it's all fine. But you are not responsible for their business. And if they fuck up from their own end, it's not your fault. This is somewhat of a story of why I had to refund that $5,000. It's because from month 2, there was no certainty in the business, and that's one thing that we all require, especially in my agency. If we are building a personal brand and we are building sales systems for anyone, it builds off of the client having a good business, because testimonials, case studies, business stories, they all play a very big part, right? And if the client is taking 2 to 3 months to sort out their business, and at the end of it, 3 times, something starts and it never goes anywhere and it's cancelled at the end, and that kind of ruins the direction that we take when it comes to our service. I actually tried to help that client a lot in terms of the business, but at the end, like, all the blame was put on us that you were not able to get the results. But if you think about it, from the start, one of the prerequisites has been that we work with people of value who have good businesses. So ये case मेरे साथ में हुआ, and the client's business was not thriving. That's why we couldn't deliver any results, and now I have to refund that amount, and सारा blame मेरे पे आ गया. And no, it's not even about the money, it's the mental toll that it takes, that am I good enough? But when I reflect on it, I know that I did everything that I could, and it's not my responsibility to sort out their business. It's my responsibility to deliver on what we have promised, but not something that they are building on themselves. Number 10 is 10K months are not the goal. It shows you the starting point. After this mark, you will detach from the number because you'll probably hit a plateau with your lifestyle. Unless तुम बहुत बड़े degenerate बन जाओ after you hit 10K profit per month, तुम्हारी lifestyle में एक plateau आ जाएगा. Right now, I have everything that I need. I do not need any lifestyle upgradation. Maybe I could just spend more money when I'm traveling. Apart from that, I have my own bike. I get to train properly. I get to have access to great food. I have a lovely setup. I love my apartment. उसके अलावा, I do not need anything. When you get to this mark and when you cross this mark, you have to control your spendings. Let a plateau hit. थोड़ी सी lifestyle बढ़ने दो, because a good environment, good food, good equipment, everything around you, अगर तुमको वो better perform करने के लिए help करती है, it's a good ROI on your investment. But you do not have to become a degenerate. You do not spend money just for the sake of spending it. Do it to make your life better, okay? And after 10K per month, if that's something for most families, for most people who are watching this right now, 10K per month is the most amount of money that you have made in your family. Yet 10K per month is more amount of money that my dad makes. But मेरे पापा ने इतने टाइम तक पैसा कमाया. I'm very fortunate that I have a very healthy, I have a family which does not suffer from any financial stuff. So still, I saw that there was a lifestyle jump when I hit 10K per month. I bought better equipment, I bought better clothes, better shoes. I upgraded my lifestyle, invested in a fitness coach. I was more openly investing in courses वगैरह. So just remember, when you hit your first 10K per month, after that, make sure कि तुम्हारी lifestyle sustain हो जाए. Maybe if you want to change your lifestyle after you hit 50 or 100K per month, but stick to it. तुम्हारा जो बचा हुआ profit है, invest it into stuff that will give you a better ROI. And the last one is number 11. Is that it takes time before it's consistent. Let's say if you hit your first 10K month, and if you do not hit 10K months 2-3 months after that, but उसके बाद में एक randomly एक और आ गया, you do not have a six figure per year का business. You just do not. You need more than $10,000 per month revenue generated or profit generated each single month before you call yourself a 6-figure guy. So it takes time before it's consistent. Some months I hit the amount that I told you guys in the beginning. Some months I do not hit that much because clients churn ho gaye. I only have a predictable amount of money coming in from the clients I already have. ECB is a small part of the income, but most of the money I make is from the agency. So even my agency is not consistent. It will never be consistent. I'm working towards it being more consistent कि भाई मेरा bottom line becomes 50K per month. During the best months, I do 60-70K, but during the worst months, we are at least doing 50K per month. That's the goal that we are aiming for. Right now, even if I have clients, my offer is still under works. I still do not think my offer is good enough. I'm consistently working on my offer. I'm consistently working on my 2 brands to make sure कि भाई हमारी brand awareness इतनी हो कि we get more clients inside the agency. I'm firstly an agency owner and then I'm a content creator. I am not a content creator who has an agency. Okay, there's a big difference. Most of the people, especially like in the Indian scene, you'll see जो content create करते हैं and they have their agencies. उनकी agencies are this much. They have the agency because they want to be termed as business people and they do not want to be like called out on stuff that you are not a businessman, you are just a content creator. Or like that's a big difference, right? I was creating content because I wanted to grow my agency, not the other way around, right? At this moment, my agency is doing worse than it has done in the last 6-7 months. You think about it. But then on the positive side, you have to understand that in the online business or agency world, the great filter is like 18 to 24 months. What I mean by the great filter is most of the agencies die out, most of the service businesses die out in this time frame. If you make it through, if you make it through this time, you're already in the top 10%, top 5%. And with the goals that I have gotten, I'm already in the top 5%. After that, the competition becomes ruthless, but I'm competing against no one. So after 4 months, that's when I will hit the first 18-month, running my agency. And that's something that drives me a lot, is that I still have a lot more time. I have seen very good months. And because of those good months, I now have the cash to deploy into things that will grow the entire brand and the entire business. So that's how, you have to understand that even if I have put 4 years of consistent work into getting to this point, over 4 years and 3 months now, it's still not consistent for me. Okay, I make good money some months and I do not make good money on other months. So these were 11 of the underrated agency lessons that I learned running my agency for close to just over 14 months now. And I hope कि तुम लोगों को थोड़ी बहुत ऐसी चीज़ें सुनने में मिली हो that you didn't know of before, or you didn't heard from, you didn't hear it from anyone else. So yeah, that's me done. It's 5:51. I am right on time and I have to now head out for my jiu-jitsu session.